What's up, everybody? Your boy, the Vaslap, is in the building. It is potentially an opportunity to get into the Libertadores Cup group stage today. We've got those games coming up, as well as some other stuff, just for sprinkle and fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment or two. Tell me about your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters, how they love the channel. Run that intro. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the South American tour. We're with Santos, and we are undefeated. That's right. We did have a little bit of a scare in one of the games. I'll talk about that in a bit. But we're undefeated in the start of the Paulista Skiradi Cup, or League Cup thing. Again, learning a whole bunch of new things in Santos. We're going to quickly talk about how we have lined up, how we have played. From the last time when we beat Corinthians 3-2, we then beat Red Bull Continental 3-0 in this one. Terecos, Toledo, and Sandri all picking up some goals in this one. Then we had a little bit of a scare against our affiliate in Sao Bernardo here. They play in the Serie B, just the division below us. And I say we had a little bit of a scare because they went up 1-0. We then equalized and went 1-1 just 4 minutes later. We then went into the lead of 2-1. And then we went into the lead of 3-1. And then 4-1. We were 4-1 up at halftime. By the 78th minute, it was 4-4. And it took a Terecos 94th minute winner to keep our 100% record at bay. Terecos picked up a hat-trick in this one as well. Emmanuel Liete Ribeiro picked up his first goal for the club. And Toledo also picked up a goal on that one. We also missed a penalty in this one, by the way. João Basso hit the crossbar. And we scored 2 offside goals. So it was a completely different tale from what it was then. In our first leg of the Copa Libertadores, we beat Lanús 3-0 in this one. Rodrigo Cesar, rather, picking up 2 goals and Toledo scoring a penalty. And then in the most recent match, beating Sao Bento 4-1 in this one. Once again, Toledo on the score sheet, and so did Daniel Boza. Sao Bentino, of course, play in the Serie D. So I was a little bit surprised when they scored a goal against us, but it is a goal nonetheless. Today we've got Lanús in the second leg. We are currently winning this one 3-0. I thought it'd be nice to come back for this one. And then we've got Sao Paulo and Palmeiras all coming up. 3-headed game coming your way. We are going to skip the Ponte Preta game. I think Sao Paulo and Palmeiras is a little bit more oomph in it. And in fact, if we continue winning the way we have been winning, we could potentially wrap up this cup competition and at least make it to the next round with a win against Palmeiras. But yeah, we should be qualifying for the next round. It's all tournament based anyway. With that being said, we do have some transfer news to speak about, and 2 potential players coming in, or 1 confirmed coming in, but only in June, and that's Bestini Kabore here. Has to wait until June because that's when he turns 18 years old in May, and we had to wait till May. But as a 18-year-old Senegalese player, this man looks very, very good. I really like the look of him. I actually haven't even scouted him. I just looked at his attributes. He looks very, very good. And if we just compare him with our right-hand side of Antonio and Anthony, there we go. You can see he's not that far off in terms of technical and attacking. Everything else obviously does need a little bit of work, but he is 18 years old, or when he will be joining us. So we can bring him in, develop him for 1 or 2 seasons. He could easily be a first-team player. And I got him from Generation Foot, one of the premier places if you want to find youngsters in there. I like this guy as well, Abu Ngom, but I felt like the other guy was just a little bit better in terms of that. But very good scouting premise here for Generation Foot. If you want to find a good African footballer, go to Senegal, to Generation Foot. Elsewhere from CS Sfax, playing all the way in Tunisia, we found this Tunisian international, and that is Shaim El Jabali, a good defensive playmaker. He's very, very good. I like the way he looks stats-wise. As a deep-lying playmaker, I think he is absolutely great. A little bit concerned that he's weak on his left foot, and we play with a deep-line playmaker on the left. I have thought about that, because Sandri is very much right-footed, but it is something we just have to just accept in life, and he must learn to play with his weaker foot. We're going to try and train him for that trait. In other news, Thiago Carrera could be on his way out. Botafogo have made a £5.25 million offer for Thiago Carrera. I have given him a little bit of game time. Hasn't really impressed me too much. I think he wants to play more as a winger than a wingback. I just look at the attributes, and he doesn't feel like a good defender, even though his best positions are centre-back and right-back. It's kind of just, it's Brazil, man. Things are weird here. Players play in weird positions. But he could be on out of the club, which means if he does go out, we are definitely going to need another right-back or centre-back. I do have Anderson Arroyo, who can play as right-back. I'd prefer him to play as a centre-back, but we need to look for a right-back. And I have been looking. It's not that I haven't. We just haven't found anyone that is actually good enough to play in that position. Elsewhere, yeah, Jorge Morel decided to stay at the club. He rejected the offer. I'm still trying to actively sell him. Nobody wants him. He's on 25k a month. We're trying to just reduce the wage budget just a little bit. It's not necessary to reduce the wage budget. We are actually doing quite well in terms of just finances. But I had a look at some of these wages. I mean, someone like Alfredo Morales, who is our top earner at 32. I'm not using him at all because we have better players at the club. The Colombian is just sitting here taking up time. He is wanted, but they don't want to make an offer because they can't afford his wages. Another player that I'm looking at probably trying to maybe down the line get rid of because of his high wages is obviously Jorge Morel. We've spoken about him. But another one that I think about it is Kevin Sinavia. The left back is good, but I feel like we have better left backs in our possession at the moment with the likes of Liete Ribeiro, who's sitting on 2,600 a week. I mean, he looks very good. And there is a guy in the, I think he's in the reserves now, left back. Marquinhos, there he is, yes. He can play, he looks like a very good left back. Although, probably a better winger, isn't he? Nah, he's a better left back. Except for his positioning of 4. But yeah, we do have a considerable amount of players who can play at the left back position. There's a guy in the under 20s as well who looks like potentially could be someone very good. Long Gray here. Similar mold to that of Marquinhos. But yeah, with a bit of development, I think this guy could be very, very good as well. But yeah, that is the squad. That is everything we're talking about. We are taking on Lanús. And in terms of just the team, João Paulo still injured for another 3 more weeks. Igor Cesar has also picked up an injury, so that means Thiago Maia comes back into the starting lineup. Terekos has recovered for this game. I'm not going to use him in this game. I'm using him for the Sao Paulo game instead. I just want to make sure that he is fully fit for that game. And the fact that we're winning 3-0 means I can rotate a little bit of guys that are looking a little bit tired and need a little bit of a rest. The likes of Boza, I'm going to actually play Arroyo at right back today. I decided I'm going to go with that because I'm trying to just give guys a little bit of a rest where I can. Kevison's also coming in there. We're going to keep the back 4 the same because I don't really have... I got Jair, I guess. But he's very much one-footed and I don't want to take off Bosso. So, you know, we'll leave on Lusandri there. Sandri is going to play. I've decided he's going to play. You know what? No, actually, let's give Radley a little bit of a run. Hasn't played much. Anthony is going to come off for Antonio. We are playing basically a fully rotated squad. And I'm going to go with Cesar and Stolido on those positions. Let's go to the game. Taking on Lanús.
Hang on, guys. I didn't realize that while recording these 3 matches, that it would take it to 61 minutes in total after editing everything else in between. So, with that being said, I've decided to remove the Lanús game, which is the game that got us into the finals, or the third qualifier rather, the Copa Libertadores. If anything, we won those games pretty comfortably, so you don't need to worry too much about that. I do apologize. I don't like doing this, but I don't want a 60-minute video. I'm going to try and reduce it to like 30 with taking out these things because that's how much highlights we had in these games. But again, you didn't miss anything. You just missed a couple of goals and a lot of me talking in between. We got a bit lucky in this one, I feel like. It was a bit of back and forth type of game. I think it was 2-1, 2-2 at halftime, and then we went 3-2 up. They equalized at 3-3. We then went 4-3, and then they scored 2 minutes later with William Gomez scoring in the 80th minute. Shaim Al-Jabrili picked up a minor knock. It was according to that. I took him off. Turned out it was a week's injury, so not ideal for this game. Although he was never available for this game, but I kind of needed him for these two games in between. Probably won't be available. But anyway, let's go to the game. Taking on Palmeiras. This is a derby for us. We are playing at home. It is a huge game to get us into the Copa Libertadores. It's a tough game. Hopefully, we can pull the W. And we start off the action with a free kick for us. Torrecos stepping over it. Our Bolivian international shoots it just over the top. That's the first highlight coming in just shy of 20 minutes. Bosso with the long throw, looking for Lusandri. Finds him nicely. Mateus brings it in. Can't find Rodrigo Cesar. Basso. Anthony. Sandri. Danilo Jr. Here he comes to the corner. It is beautifully crossed in. And Rodrigo Cesar picks up his 6th goal of the season. And first blood goes to Santos there. A beautiful little player from Sandri to find Danilo in some space, actually. A lot of space near the box. And a simple little cut in. Luis Jr. couldn't do anything, but he just watched it go in. Look how he just walks to the ball, yeah, from the offside call. Look at that. Did he just think it was offside and didn't bother? Maybe. Maybe. He was onside, though. Lines prove it. Allegedly. Luis Jr. Hercules gives it away. The goal scorer has an opportunity, moves it on to Anthony. Although being assisted by the defender, and his shot just goes wide of the goal mouth. Of course, this is important for us to try and get into the Copa Libertadores proper, into the group stages. Basso brings it down to Morel. Lieto Ribeiro! Oh, get in! You love to see things like that. Our left back coming up clutch on that one. An absolute screamer of a shot. The initial corner was dealt with by the keeper, but it wasn't dealt with enough because Morel picked up Basso, back to Morel, and Liete took a huge shot. I thought it took a deflection initially. It didn't. It just went straight in. Lieto Ribeiro stepping up in that left-back position. We're going with Kevison to start off the season. Lieto stepped up, the wonder kid himself, proving to be a brilliant left-back at the moment. Lopez now. Hercules trying to bring through. Luis Gamere takes the shot. It deflected off of him. There's a appeal for offside. I think he was onside, though. I don't think he was off. The goal is awarded. He wasn't even taking it in. He's like, I'm getting the ball. I'm taking it back to the start. I thought he was onside. I didn't think he was offside, but it took a wicked deflection off of him. Yeah, he looked onside there, even from that quick little angle like that. And then he just goes and runs and picks up the ball. He wasn't even waiting for the referee to make a statement there. He was like, I've scored this. This is in. Sadri brings it in. Oh, what another finish. Lieto Ribeiro with his 2nd of the game. The left back stepping up and taking all the names they can take. Look at this. This was brilliant. Regardless of Cesar to Lissandri, Lieto was there in the box. And he just smashed it into the back of the net. Their comeback lasted 2 minutes. Bosso, Morel, Sandri, can we make it 4-1 before halftime? Rodrigo Cesar to Morel, Luzandri. Just showing that we have the personnel in this team to really clutch down, even with all the injuries. We've got a very strong first team here. Mateus looking for Morel, Liete Ribeiro. Beautifully done again from the left back, looking for Anthony on the back post. This time it goes just over, and it's been literally the Lieto Ribeiro show, hasn't it? This man has been absolutely brilliant. What a left back. What an absolute beast of a left back. Let's go to the second half. Well, the second half hasn't been as eventful as the first half. At the 61-minute mark, nothing has happened. We are going to make some stop. Martes is going to come off. I'm going to play Morales as a left winger. Not naturally a left winger, but I feel can do the job. If he's going to be earning 45k, he might as well earn it. Elsewhere, Macias coming in for Terekos hasn't played great. Elsewhere, Sandri not playing great either. We'll bring on Rodney to play there, or Radley rather. I am in the market still for another centre mid position. I feel like Radley is probably not as to the quality that I want him to be at. Of course, him and Sandri both on the older side, so we need to try and bring in some fresh blood in that section, although that is not a priority at the moment. Anthony to Danilo gives it away. Instead, Richarlison moves it forward. Luis Camere, the goal scorer for Palmeiras. He scores here, and it's really going to be all for the second leg. Leandro scores a cracker of a goal, and now all of a sudden a 3-2 advantage does not look that great as a 3-1 advantage going into the second leg at Palmeiras. Breno, I don't even know what that was, Breno. That was just absolutely shocking goalkeeping. We really have missed João, haven't we? Now there's another opportunity for Palmeiras. They are playing with 10 men temporarily as Richarlison is busy receiving treatment on the side of the pitch. They go all the way back to Luis Jr. Murillo trying to bring it back. Robert Renan. Leandro, their goal scorer. One of their goal scorers, Hercules. They've taken off the other goal scorer, by the way. Hercules looking to run it into the box. Morales picks up nicely. Lieto Ribeiro, the man of the moment for Santos. Lusandri finds Radley. Good ball across to Anthony. A nice little one-time pass to Rodrigo Cesar. And now Danilo has the pace, finds Anthony with some space. And that's the third chance. That was actually a save. I thought he pulled that wide. That was a save. Morelos, the Colombian international, sitting on 45,000 a week, trying to earn his money. Back to him, back to Lieto Ribeiro. Goes to the back post. Anthony can't find it. Looping header. The amount of chances Anthony has had in this game has actually been quite woeful that he hasn't hit one on target. They've got a free kick now in a dangerous position. Goes for goal. Oh my goodness. Campaz gets the equalizer for Palmeiras. And suddenly that second leg is looking to be extremely important. Breno should have done better there, maybe. He had a lot of time to get over and then just couldn't get the hands out to try and save it. Maybe we should have done some subs towards the end of the game. There was some tired-looking legs out there. Oh, man. All right. It's 3-3. We've got one more leg coming up. I've got 2 games in between. One of them is Palmeiras as well. So 3 games against Palmeiras in the space of a week is ridiculous. I need to rest up some players. I need to rotate some players because we need them to be 100% fit for just a week's time with 2 games in between. I mean, this is Friday and Sunday. That's ridiculous, isn't it? We'll see you guys in a bit. Right, ladies and gents, we've got a lot to talk about. Number 1 being this man, Emmanuel Lieto Ribeiro. He wants to leave the club. He wants to go to a club that's with more ambition than us. And having a look at Santos's past, they have not been ambitious at all. Haven't won a trophy in a while. He wants to win trophies. I did my best to try and keep him at the club. Eventually, I had to make a promise. He's got a release clause of 13.5 million or 12.5 million to foreign clubs. There is a bid on him too, in fact. Both have reached the 13.5 million pound offer. Al Arabi, the Qatari team, all they need to do is offer 12.5 million and it has to be accepted. Now, the positive is Correzio, obviously, our Serie B team, so I don't think there's much ambition at this team. So I don't think he'll go to them. Although they have won Libertadores trophies before, they're currently sitting in Serie B, not as good as the one. The team I'm most worried about is RB here. They're a decent little squad, and he could move to them. Although they're on poorer form than us, I feel like FM Manager knows how to just annoy me a little bit. And then Vasco da Gama, currently in Serie B, they got relegated last season. I don't see them being a threat. Al Arabi, the money could be a huge, huge impact for us. I even had a look at their squad, and just to give you an idea, Abu Diallo, very good player, great player, 140,000 a week. Marta Sivanov, decent goalkeeper. I wouldn't say great goalkeeper, decent, 97,000 a week. Roger Gudez, this one, absolutely shocked me. A left back, average left back at that. Not even a great left back. Yes, a lot of sea of greens, but you kind of want them blues. 32 years old, 145,000 a week. Just to put in comparison for that, they're three guys totaling to just over 350,000 a week. Three guys is half of our budget at 574. That is absolutely insane, the amount of money that these Qatari are giving three of their players. It's just ridiculous amount. But it is a reality, though, that we might be losing Emmanuel Lieta Ribeiro. Elsewhere, a couple more injuries have peaked their heads. Alfredo Morales, who's wanted, by the way, and has a bid on him for 1.9 million from Botafogo and 1.5 million from Corinthians, is currently injured, so that transfer might not go through. And other news, Shaim Al-Jabiri is fit enough to play, but unfortunately can't be registered for the Libertadores, so we don't have him available. João Paulo and Tulio, not João Paulo and Cesar, though, are back in 2 days' time, so they won't be available. So the team that is starting, you will notice a back four that's completely changed, in Jair and Arroyo coming through in the centre-back position. And the main reason for that is if we have a look at the last two games, I played them as a fully rotated squad for those two games. We scored 11 goals and conceded 2. So, yeah, if comparison to the previous 3, we conceded 9 goals in 3 games, where this is 2 in 2. It's just ridiculous. A lot of the goal scoring that you see there is thanks to Keo Jorge, who's really stepped up. Scored 4 against Ituano, beating them 6-1. And then against Palmeiras, putting in another 3. So he's gotten the nod to start ahead of Rodrigo Cesar, who is on good goal-scoring form. But when you have a man who scored 7 goals in 2 games, you know you need to start him. And that is exactly what I've done. And Jair Arroyo, 6.9 and a 7.8. Arroyo also even picking up a goal in the Ituano game. And Palmeiras, 6.9 and 7.1. It's kind of justified that I have to start them as the centre-back pairing. As good as Basso and Lusandri have been, we have been conceding a couple of goals with them. My concern was maybe dropping Arroyo for Lusandri, but Arroyo has been so much better than him. And the problem is Lusandri is very much left-footed. I could play Arroyo on the right and Lusandri in the left. That is maybe somewhere I'm going to go. But I want to give Jair a proper, decent little run. He's performing well, so I want to give him an opportunity. Let's go to the game. The final game of the video. It's probably going to be a very long video. I apologize for that. But it is Palmeiras, Copa Libertadores, potentially a spot in the next round. It is 3-3 on aggregate. We need to win this. We start off the action. Palmeiras on the front foot. A header on the near post. A great little save from Breno to start off the action. Like I said, we need to win this game. It is important that we win this game. Otherwise, I don't know what we're going to do for the rest of the season, because the whole point of moving to Santos was to get into the Copa Libertadores initially and really put up a good effort. Although, like, I didn't think it was going to be an instant success, to be honest. I know we have to build a squad. We have to build a good team. And with what we have at the moment, I feel like we have a good enough team to have at least a deep run in the Copa Libertadores. I feel like we're one of the better teams in Brazil at the moment, although we haven't had real competition, considering you're playing in the Sao Paulo League, and there's only like 4 or 5 good teams. Where you play the Serie A, it could be a completely different story. As it stands, halftime, it is 0-0. I didn't check. Is there, even after 90 minutes on aggregate, it goes to penalties. No away goal rules in this one. I'm going to say it's we just shot at the place. They need to do better for the second half. I needed to just check that. Because as it stands, it is going to penalties. And I don't have the greatest penalty kick record as a manager. We did win one, though, so that's at least nice. Morale to Lieta Ribeiro, who wants to leave the club. Mateus, Terekos, Morale goes back to Jair. Good ball to Danilo, Anthony, Morale. They've given it away, Morale has, and Lopez now running through. Estavayo coming through. Luis Gomes hits it over the top there, and that was just as close as they came to that opening strike there. We have not been at all in this game. Palmeiras back post. Jair will clear it. Arroyo with the breakaway now has some pace on him, and he's doing well to the can play right back and is showing his skills there as a right back. Sandri cuts inside, can't find the man that he was looking for. I think it was Keo Jorge in the box. Richarlison to Leandro. Back to Richarlison now. He's running through. Lopez with the shot. I think he was offside. He wasn't. And Breno made an amazing little save to prevent Palmeiras from taking another lead there. Hercules now with the rebound. The captain for Palmeiras goes to Victor Reyes. Luis Ramirez. I'm curious, is this Richarlison? It is that Richarlison. Wow, I thought it was a different one. They picked him up for free from Spurs. And he's been absolutely beast for them, hasn't he? Ah, well done to Richarlison coming back home. Isn't he a former Santos guy as well, though? I think. Did I see that? No, from Malince. I don't know. Where did I see Santos? I don't know. I had a feeling he was former Santos guy, but we're going to make some swaps anyway. Our team is not performing at all. Defensively, we've been good. Final three, we've been absolutely poor. Rodrigo says, oh, come on. Keo not showing his form of 7 goals at all. Terekos and Mateus both looking poor. Mateus, the problem is I just don't have anyone that can really play on the left side. Antonio can. Let's give Antonio a run on the left. Let's see how he does on that left-hand side. And also Terekos can come off for Macias. All three swap in the front there. Let's see if they can provide any sort of oomph to the squad. Sandri on a yellow makes me a little bit of... We'll bring on Radley to play there. Depth-wise, we're actually very good. We've got some good depth players, but we're just not clicking in this game. Only 2 shots, 1 on target. They're playing that box formation, aren't they? I think when we played them against Penarol, I think they saw it and they liked it. And I'm going with that law. They're like, this box formation works really, really well. Fortunately, we just don't have the personnel to play the box formation in this squad. We've got a lot of good wingers in Anthony and Antonio and Mateus and Stoledo that I just had to go with a winger play. We don't have good attacking midfield, central attacking. We have 2. Aguirre looking for options, finds Richarlison, Clemente. Patrick goes in Richarlison. I think he was offside, Estavio. Referee thinks so too. Oh, if that is a goal, I'll be absolutely gutted. Yeah, that was close. That was absolutely close. I think even Richarlison might have been originally offside. Yeah, he was definitely offside, and Estavio was also offside in the second pass. We got away with that one. We've got to throw in now. Danilo Jr. going for the long throw. Hercules gets the clearance, and again, this time Estavio picks up the ball, and he's got Lopez through on goal. Jair will clean up the pieces. Breno goes to Morel, whose first touch is terrible, and has put Richarlison in possession. Oh, come on! Morel! He's come in as a makeshift in that defensive ball playing, but his first touch was so bad there. He gave it away, and Richarlison, Breno as well, overcommitting so early on. Oh, what do we do now? There's a kickoff highlight. Is there some hope? They've just taken off Richarlison as well. Macias, Rodrigo Cesar, Arroyo, Radley, Danilo, Anthony running through, and his touch is so bad there. Patrick Lanza easily picks that up. Wow, why did you even do that, you muppet? Aguirre. Olmute, Jair, Morel, Radley. Good pass there from Radley. He's got some space. Anthony's ahead of him. Radley's gone through on the space. Cuts inside. Rodrigo Cesar is offside. I'm not even going to say about it. I saw the flag. The linesman raised his flag. He looked miles offside. That was much better play from us, though. Yeah, he was offside. Good pass here from Radley, though. But yeah, he was. It was actually closer than I thought, but he looked offside for me from when I saw it quickly. What do we do here? Let's see this highlight. I was going to do some tactical swaps to go a bit more attacking. Danilo. Anthony. Goes deep. Looking for Antonio. Keeper saves it. Lieto Ribeiro. The hero of the first leg. We're looking to become the hero of the second leg. We're going to make those swaps now. What I was thinking was they are playing a very narrow side. So we're going to go very wide on this one. just like so. And I need to get more guys forward. Issue is I don't really have anyone that can go forward. Try Jorge. Let's try Jorge. Morales played absolutely horrible. Jorge, come in there. And then I want you to play some advanced on attack. We push another player up. And this is madness, isn't it? Wing back on attack. Wing back on attack. Let's go for it. We have to go for it. We literally have to go for it. Let's just do it. Let's throw everything at them. I think that'll work better, actually. No, Antonio's not really a advance forward. We could actually do something like this. Just play one of them as the pressing forward. Let's do that. Throwing caution to the wind. Let's go for it. And then we just change mentality to attacking. We've got to go for it. We've got 7 minutes left. Change up the tactic a little bit. Try and get into the box. Get that ball into the back of the net. And then we can always revert back to what we were. And now they're on the attack. But a good tackle from Jair. Finds Rodrigo Cesar. Has Antonio up front with him. Has Anthony with him. Has people in the box. Antonio is one of them. We've pulled it back. I'm a tactical genius. I'm a tactical genius. We're going back to what we knew. We're going back to what we had. We don't need to go too crazy on this one. Marcius will have to drop in there. Antonio will come in there. We're going back to tried and tested. We don't need to expose ourselves too much more at the back. I'll keep them on wing-back attack, though. I'm curious to see something here. And he is on midfielder on attack. Play Anthony as through the middle. It's better. That is absolutely brilliant. We're back in the game. Dramatic fashion. Rodrigo Cesar with the cross. Antonio in the box. And he could be the hero after all. The hero after all. Maybe I should have kept it as the tactic. But I can't be too exposed at the back there because there's still a lot of football left to play. And we've been relatively well defensively. Cesar, Helmute, Estavio goes through. Barco on goal. Gets cut out to the wide area. Aguero loses out. Aguirre now for Anthony. Takes possession. Jorge playing his first ever game for us. Liete Ribeiro. Beautiful cut in. Oh, that is beautiful. Macias back to Liete. Jorge. Macias playing a deeper role today. Anthony. His ball in the box was absolutely shocking there as an attacking midfielder. And now we got a red card. Liete is off. And I needed him for penalties. Any of you guys, Kivison, what's your penalty kick taking? 7. Sandries is 8. Bosso is 16. We need to bring on Bosso. Clock's still running. We need to bring in Bosso. Okay. Out of these guys, we won't take off a defender. Doesn't make sense, does it? Radley, his penalty kick taking is 6. Juan Macias is 7. Anthony is 10. Jorge is 1. I think we know who's going to come off, unfortunately. Jorge. Bring on Basso. We can't make any more subs. Oh, we can't make any more subs. I made all 5. Damn it! You know what, Jorge, you're going to have to come back and play left back. That is horrible. That is just horrible. Now they have possession, and I think this is just a highlight from when I didn't stop, but it might be something for Palmeiras, and it's a goal. From hero to zero, Liete's red card. And it didn't even come from that left-hand side where there's a huge gap. You can see the number 16 wide open on that side. They didn't need it. There's a goal. Yeah, I'll make the change. There's nothing left to do. This has just been absolutely horrible. Such drama in this game. A red card, a goal in the stoppage time. We've somehow managed to put it back after changing our shape a little bit. Just heartache in the Copa Libertadores. Absolute heartache. Lieto booked within 2 minutes, got 2 yellow cards. It's unacceptable. I'm so gutted, especially after the end of this episode. That is horrible. It is just so bad. Ah, man. So cross. I don't know when we're coming back, guys. We'll come back when we come back. I'm gutted. Absolute heartache. I really thought we had a good opportunity to go to the Libertadores. And, I mean, that red card. Guys, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm hurt. I am. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends, parents, grandparents, and lovers and haters. Your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.